Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a weekend review, a midweek review, reviewing all of the Premier League fixtures we've seen this week, starting off with Chelsea against Bournemouth, and a 2-2 draw. Cole Palmer giving Chelsea lead in the 13th minute with a lovely goal before Bournemouth took a shock lead in the second half through Clivert from the spot on Semenyo, and then Reece James in the 95th minute, great to see him back fit scoring, giving Chelsea a point, which in the end, I think it's fair to say they did deserve, and probably they'd be frustrated that they didn't come away with all three in fairness, but for Bournemouth a great point. But moving on then to West Ham 3, Fulham 2, it looked like it'd be a comfortable win for West Ham, going 2-0 up early in the first half before Iwobi pulled one back. Paqueta made it 3, and another goal from Iwobi in the 78th minute made it a grandstand finish, and Fulham really pushed, but in the end West Ham got over the line, and Graham Potter's side, I think the first time Fulham have been defeated in a while, so it's a big win for him, and really helps him settle in at the Hammers. But for Fulham, disappointing result. I think they can feel a bit hard done by because they really did push, and in the end were lucky not to make the breakthrough. Moving on then to Brentford 2, Manchester City 2 at the G-Tech, and a crazy second half of the second half really, which saw this game decided. Foden with 2 goals, 66th and 78th minute, before in the 82nd minute it was Wissa who made it 2-1, and in the 92nd minute Norgard made it 2-2, and a really close fought game. I think in the end I don't think Man City can have any complaints. They weak mentality, I don't know what it is this season, but they're giving away so many leads, and we saw it again here. Brentford getting something, and Man City just so inconsistent and just simply not delivering. Moving on then to Nottingham Forest 1, Liverpool 1 at the City ground. Chris Wood in the 8th minute giving Forest the lead before Jota in the 66th minute made it 1-1, and Liverpool they started off on the back foot, but in the end they grew into the game, and by the end they were the better team, I think, quite comfortably, and really did dominate the game towards the end, but couldn't find a breakthrough. Fair play to Forest, they stuck at it, kept going, and in the end got a point which I think they'll feel they deserved, and great fighting spirit for them. What a season they're having. Liverpool will be disappointed with the result, but not the end of the world at all. But moving on then to Newcastle 3, Wolves 0 at St James's Park. A dominant win for Newcastle, Isak with 2 and Gordon with the other, and in the end it was a pretty comfortable win for Newcastle, brushing aside Wolves. Their great form goes on under Eddie Howe. Great job he's doing at the moment at Newcastle, as Wolves I think just struggling a bit at the moment. Vitor Pereira obviously had that bounce when he came in, but that seems to pretty quickly dissipated for them, and it's concerning at the moment with the gap so close to the bottom 3. Moving on then to Leicester, and they suffered a disappointing 2-0 home defeat to Crystal Palace as the pressure ramps up on Ruud van Nistelrooy already. Mateta and Goey with the goals. I think that's 6 defeats in a row for Leicester, and it's really not looking too hopeful. They don't seem to have really been back so far in the January window. Obviously that could change, but so far it's been a very disappointing start for them. But for Palace, their great run continues, and you can see that they're very much establishing themselves as a very solid mid-table Premier League side. Moving on into Everton 0, Villa 1 at Goodison Park. A disappointing first game back in charge for David Moyes at Everton. Wally Watkins in the 51st minute gave Aston Villa a lead, and in the end it was quite a close game, to be fair. There wasn't much in it between the two sides, but Villa in the end probably did just shade it, and I think David Moyes will be disappointed, but not the end of the world. But Everton showed that they can compete, and obviously he'll maybe need more time on the training ground to get his ideas across. But I think it's just good to see David Moyes back at Everton, isn't it, really? But moving on then to Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1 at the Emirates, and it was Son who gave Tottenham lead in the 25th minute after a blistering start by Arsenal, which really didn't have any reward, but they soon turned it around. 40th minute, an own goal from Solanke, not the net you'd expect him to score in, and Trossard in the 44th minute gave Arsenal lead, and they held out in the end to seal the win. It wasn't a vintage performance for Arsenal, but they got back over the line, and that's exactly what they needed, just to stay in touch with Liverpool, dropping points. But for Tottenham, another disappointing result, dropping well down the league now, and the pressure grows on their hands. Moving on then to Ipswich 0, Brighton 2 at Portman Road, and another very interesting game, this one. Ipswich coming into this one would have been hoping for a result at home. We've seen them get it against teams like Chelsea, but in the 59th and the 82nd minute it was Mitoma and Ruta with the goals, and Brighton probably in the end did shade the game, probably had more quality, and in the end deserved the win. A big one for Brighton. They look pretty settled in the table this year. I can't really see them pushing for Europe, but still, big win for them. Moving on into Manchester United 3, Southampton 1, and this was nearly a very embarrassing night for Southampton. An own goal from Ugarte in the 43rd minute gave Southampton the lead, and yeah, they were fully deserved for it. Manchester United couldn't deal with some of their attacks going forward. It looked like they might hold on to a magical hat-trick, 82nd, 90th and 94th minute from Ahmad sealing Manchester United 3 points. May have been a good 10 minutes and poor 80 minutes, but United got the 3 points. And yeah, for Southampton to kind of collapse just sums up their season, really, doesn't it?
So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.